Hello and welcome back to ScotlandShop on the Sofa. I'm John.
And I'm Carrie, and this month we have been learning all about the fascinating Clan Mackintosh. We've explored everything from royal protection plots, fearsome clan battles, beautiful castles and famous faces. We can't wait to share it all with you, so let's get stuck in.
Clan Mackintosh has an impressively long history. It's thought that the very first chief was Shaw Macduff, the son of Duncan, Earl of Fife. He was instrumental in building the Mackintoshes' lands and reputation, as he was a much respected favourite of King Malcolm IV.
In 1160, the king even took Shaw with him to suppress an uprising in Morayshire. He quelled the revolt so impressively that His Highness rewarded him with lands in the valley of the Findhorn River and named him Constable of Inverness Castle. From here, the family only increased their influence, acquiring castles in Rothiemurchus and Nairn.
Clan Mackintosh continued to show a knack for making valuable connections. In 1291, the sixth chief, Angus, married Eva, the daughter of Dougal Dal, chief of Clan Chattan. This alliance provided the Mackintoshes with lands along Glen Loy and Loch Arkaig, stretching all the way down the south side of Loch Ness to Loch Arbour, nestled by the base of Ben Nevis.
The origins of the family's name are also extremely telling. The name Mackintosh comes from the anglicised version of the Gaelic Mackintoshes. It is a patronymic surname, which means the prefix Mac means the son of. This is often used to refer to a family's hereditary name, but this clan went down a slightly more original and showy route. Mackintoshes can be translated as son of the chief or leader, reflecting the Mackintoshes' deep-rooted faith in their own power, strength and right to rule.
Now we've given you a brief introduction to the clan's early days, we'd like to get a bit deeper and discover some of the grand castles that they called home.
Where else could we start but the clan's iconic historic seat? The site of Moy Hall, near Inverness, has been the home of Clan Mackintosh's chiefs since the 1300s. The original castle of Moy must have made a stunning sight, stood squarely on an island in the middle of Lochbuie, rising majestically from the depths of the water. Sadly, the castle was destroyed long ago and only ruins remain today. But luckily, the Mackintosh family were determined to keep their territorial land.
Instead of searching for a new spot after their castle had been lost, in 1700 the clan decided to build a new seat and constructed a great house at the north end of the loch, which became known as Moy Hall.
This new base was the site of many intriguing tales and shocking events. In 1746, when Lady Anne Farquharson McIntosh, a Jacobite supporter, was hosting Prince Charles Edward Stuart at the hall, she learned that government troops were fast advancing on the land, wanting to capture the young royal.
Lady Anne was appalled that anyone would dare to enter her territory in this way, so she immediately came up with a cunning plan to stop them. She ordered some of her men to hide themselves in the bushes along the roadside, then set off their pistols when they saw the government troops approaching. They were then to call out for their allies, Clan MacDonald and Clan Cameron, to trick the troops into thinking they were far more dramatically outnumbered than they actually were.
Lady Anne's men performed this task with such ferocity that the attacking forces quickly turned on their heels and ran, convinced that they'd come up against the entire Jacobite army.
This event is now remembered as the Rout of Moy and shows the Mackintoshes' cunning, bravery and protectiveness over their land.
Sadly, Clan Mackintosh was not able to protect Moy Hall indefinitely, and the house suffered from a great fire in the time of the 23rd chief, Aeneas, burning to the ground. However, the chief quickly ordered that it be rebuilt, and the new building was completed in 1800. The family clearly valued their ancestral home as they continued to improve it, commissioning the architect John Rind to add an ominous tower and 2 large wings in the 1870s. By this point, Moy Hall had 60 rooms, a true grand mansion befitting of the prestigious Clan Mackintosh.
Unfortunately, in the 1950s, the building was found to be riddled with dry rot. Despite attempts to fix it, in the end it had to be completely demolished.
Following in resilient tradition, the McIntosh family set about making a new house on the site and hired Gordon Gunn of George Gordon and Company to build it from 1955 to 1957. This version of Moy Hall is still the clan's official seat to this day, and we think its long, winding history perfectly demonstrates the Mackintosh spirit, strength and resilience.
Our next castle is the site of numerous fierce clan clashes, and even, in time for Halloween, an eerie ghost story. We hope you're feeling brave.
The ruins of Rait Castle stand just a few miles south of Nairn at the foot of Ord Hill. It was built in the 13th century and was originally a 2-storey building with an unvaulted basement and an upper hall. It was clearly once a powerful stronghold, as it was protected by a portcullis and drawbar, and the walls were almost 6 feet thick.
Rait originally belonged to Clan Comyn, but Clan Mackintosh believed that they had a much stronger claim to the land. This led to years of bitter clashes between the clans. Clan Comyn came up with an idea to end the feud once and for all. They invited the Mackintoshes to a feast of reconciliation at the Castle of Rait with a devious hidden agenda.
Clan Mackintosh, however, uncovered their secret plan. A popular legend says that a pair of star-crossed lovers conspired to save the Mackintoshes' lives. Supposedly, a young Comyn girl was in love with a boy from the McIntosh clan and told him that the Comyns had planned to slaughter the Mackintoshes at the feast. The idea was that as soon as a black bull's head was brought to the table, the Comyns would launch a fearsome attack against their guests. The boy passed this on to his family, who quickly formed a cunning counterplan.
They arrived at the castle, pretending to be happy and eager to smooth things over with the rival Comyn clan, but were secretly plotting their revenge. As the bull's head appeared, the Mackintoshes leapt up and set against Clan Comyn, killing many of them, foiling their murderous plot and escaping with their lives.
So violent. The young Comyn girl, sadly, was not so lucky. Supposedly, the Comyn chief was so enraged that he chased the terrified girl through the building. She attempted to escape by climbing out one of the upstairs windows, but he caught her and savagely cut both of her hands off, leaving her to fall to her death.
Ever since, her ghost has been seen among the ruins of Rait, lamenting her lost lover and brutal murder. We hope you're not feeling too spooked.
How about we lighten the tone by meeting a few of the most talented people in Clan Mackintosh? Charles Rennie McIntosh is perhaps one of the family's most famous members. Even if you are unfamiliar with him, you are likely to have seen one of his great designs.
Born in Glasgow in 1868, it was clear the young Charles was blessed with incredible creativity. As a child, he produced striking drawings and models, earning an architectural apprenticeship with John Hutchinson at the age of just 16. While working, he took evening classes at the Glasgow School of Art to hone his talents even more.
The prestigious art school was also where McIntosh met his most famous collaborators, Margaret MacDonald, who would later become his wife, her sister Frances MacDonald, and Herbert McNair. The group became known as the Four and were at the centre of developing the now iconic Glasgow style. They blended a variety of creative mediums, Celtic and Japanese influences, to build an international reputation, presenting popular exhibitions in London and Vienna.
McIntosh also focused much of his attention on work in and around his hometown. He experienced a full circle moment in his career when he designed a new building for the Glasgow School of Art from 1896 to 1909. The result was a stunning feat of construction and came to be considered the first original example of Art Nouveau architecture in Britain.
There are a number of places that you can visit today to learn more about this fascinating member of the McIntosh clan. Why not treat yourself to a luxury afternoon tea or drinks on the beautiful roof terrace at the Willow Tea Rooms on Sauchiehall Street, designed by MacIntosh in 1903. Or perhaps you would be interested in an even more intimate look into the legendary artist's life. The University of Glasgow's Hunterian Museum houses the McIntosh House, a meticulous recreation of the home that MacIntosh shared with his wife, Margaret MacDonald.
You could also stop in at the superb Kelvin Grove Art Gallery and Museum to see an extensive collection of McIntosh objects and designs, including stained glass, furniture, metalwork, and even reconstructed rooms.
It is undeniable that Clan Mackintosh holds a very prestigious position in the art world, but the family have also made a splash in the sports scene.
Jennifer McIntosh is a Scottish Olympic sports shooter who holds some extremely impressive accolades. Born in 1991 in Edinburgh to four-time Commonwealth Games medalist Shirley McIntosh and eminent Scottish rifle shooter Donald McIntosh, Jennifer definitely inherited her parents' talent as she entered the 2010 Commonwealth Games at the age of just 19. And won 2 gold medals and a bronze. In 2014, she won silver in the women's 50-metre rifle 3 position and bronze in the 50-metre rifle prone, which made her the most decorated female medal winner in Scottish Commonwealth Games history.
From then, her career advanced rapidly and her profile grew bigger and bigger. In 2017, she won a bronze medal for individual performance at the 28th Grand Prix of Liberation, while also helping Team GB to win silver and even set a new team record. Later that year, she experienced yet more success when she was named the European champion after winning first place in the women's 50-metre prone rifle event at the European Shooting Championship.
In 2018, the brilliant McIntosh entered the global stage when she went with the GB team to the World Shooting Championships, where she collected yet another medal, winning bronze in the women's 50-metre prone rifle event alongside her teammates Zoe Bruce and fellow McIntosh Sinead.
After returning home, Jennifer announced her retirement from competitive shooting, perhaps feeling that she had conquered the field, having won fame, admiration and respect internationally.
Not one to rest on her laurels, she quickly turned her hand to a completely new skill. In 2021, McIntosh revealed that she had written her debut novel, Blood of Ravens, a thrilling fantasy adventure. The McIntoshes are certainly a versatile bunch.
As we near the end of this episode of Scotland Shop on the Sofa, we'd like to take a minute to talk about our favourite thing, tartan.
Clan Mackintosh's tartan features a striking mix of reds, greens, oranges and yellows. We stock 10 different variations here at Scotland Shop, so you shouldn't struggle to find one to suit you.
Owning your own clan tartan is a great way to connect with your heritage and your fellow clan members, and we have plenty of options to offer. Why not treat yourself to a stylish new dress, a beautiful reel of ribbon, or even some stunning wool fabric to fashion your own home furnishings with.
With that, unfortunately, we are out of time for today. We hope you have enjoyed meeting Clan Mackintosh as much as we did. Make sure to check out our Clan Mackintosh page and blogs to learn more. And please get in touch if you have any questions or comments.